Hey, good morning, Eastern Oregon, and welcome to this October 9th version of AM Live on EOA. Your connection to Eastern Oregon, we're glad that you are here with us. What a good day. And here in just a little bit, we are going to have some folks from the Eastern Oregon Film Festival, which starts next week. And Chris Jennings and Rika will be here with us. The volunteer coordinator will be here with us to talk about all things Eastern Oregon Film Festival. So, yeah, how are you, man?
I'm good. It's first Friday.
Yeah.
Almost to the weekend. Almost to a busy weekend.
I know. Our Friday is
Crazy
just,
weekend.
this is EOU's homecoming this weekend.
Yeah,
right?
I'm not doing anything for homecoming though. Like
Yeah.
I'm not covering because I got other stuff that kind of takes priority. Like,
Oh, that's right. You're going.
I
to
wanted
the,
to, but there's just too much stuff going on.
Yeah. Well, and you're going to Clell Carson's
To Silverton.
induction, right?
Yeah, on Saturday. It's
Yeah.
going to be exciting. Did you do you follow the Greater Idaho movement?
Well, I heard. I mean, no, I don't.
Me neither.
But I did hear at the council meeting.
That there was nobody.
Nobody
There's
showed
not
up.
one person. So we voted it in this county
Right.
by 560 votes.
Yeah.
They have to have the meeting 3 times a year.
Once a quarter, actually. I
Or
think.
once a quarter,
Yeah.
whenever it is.
Yeah.
And they waste. So basically, we're just throwing money away.
Well, and for clarification, because a lot of people don't understand this, what we voted was to have the meetings.
Yeah.
Not that, hey, we're in
No.
favor of, but
No.
there's a lot of, I mean, when you listen to the news, they'll go like, yeah, 20 Eastern Oregon counties have voted to be a part of the Greater Oregon. It's like, no, they just voted to have the meetings.
Yeah.
But still, yeah, it's
What a waste of money.
Yeah, I was at the city council meeting last night. Matt Scarfo, one of the commissioners, was there, and he was talking about, it's like, I was there, and commissioners, yeah, he said the meeting lasted a whole 7 minutes.
Yeah, less than 10 minutes, and not one person from the public, not one public comment submitted ahead
Yeah.
of time. And I'm like, well, I mean, I guess it gives certain news media
Yeah.
outlets something to do.
I did go to 2 of those when I was running for commissioner last year, just to see what it was about, and no, there weren't many people there.
No.
It was funny because there was one guy from Japan who was he was a media person, and he literally was doing some kind of a report about the Greater Idaho movement.
That's funny.
And, yeah, and
They care about that in Japan.
I don't know.
Like, I just don't get how more than half of the voters voted for this meeting, but nobody shows up. Like, it's crazy to me.
Well, I think in the mind of the voter, they're like, oh, what does it hurt to have a meeting? Not knowing that there was,
Meetings are horrible, man. You
Well, I
know
know.
how much
Well-
I hate meetings.
Well, I know,
They're
but
the worst.
yeah, but I think that, some of the
Like,
people who voted for it were just passive.
they're like, oh, our commissioners aren't busy enough. Let's just throw another meeting. for them."
People don't think that way, unfortunately. Yeah,
They don't care.
yeah, or both of those. So yeah. Well, hey, want to do sports?
Let's do it.
All right.
AM Sports Report brought to you by Hobby Habit. Enter Gothic, the largest set for sorcery. Contested realm, 440 cards of dread, devotion, and despair. Return to a realm darker than ever to strengthen your existing decks or to explore 13 new avatars. Come play with the newest sorcery set, Gothic. 3 rounds of Swiss-style competition, $35 entry, prizes to the top finalists depending on the number of participants. And this is Saturday, December 6th at 6 p.m. I don't know why we're talking about this already, Joe. Like, that's like 2 months away. But yeah, Hobby Habit. Go check it out on December 6th. I follow their social media and use their social media for what I talk about on the show. And this was the most recent post. You can go follow their social media too. Just search Hobby Habit on Facebook, Instagram. Hobby Habit, just for the fun of it. Homecoming weekend for EOU. Which means tons of stuff going on this weekend. I got a schedule up there. It all kicks off tonight with Hall of Fame induction ceremony at 6 p.m. Tomorrow's the golf tournament at 9:30. The homecoming parade at 4:30. The track and field celebration. Ben Welch will celebrate 35 years tomorrow night at 6. The Mountie Spirit Bonfire at 8:30 tomorrow night. And then Saturday, the Fun Run at 8 a.m. Alumni Breakfast and Awards at 9. Softball Alumni Game at 9. That's the number 3 team in the country, by the way. Baseball Alumni at 10. Tailgate Zone opens at 10, which is, I believe, an hour early. It might be the normal time. And then the big game, football versus ACU at 1 p.m. Women's basketball alumni at 5 and men's basketball alumni at 7. And then the women's lacrosse team closes out the weekend on Sunday at 11 with a scrimmage. I just bumped into Tim Seidel this morning, and I was giving him this same rant. The whole scheduling thing, having teams on the road for homecoming, is crazy to me. Like, we got to be able to figure that out. Like, the volleyball's on the road, women's soccer's in Montana, men's soccer's in Montana, so all of those kids miss out on their homecoming, and some of them are seniors, and this is the last homecoming they get, and they're going to be sleeping in a hotel in Havre or somewhere in Montana, and I don't like that. I think we should figure out a way to not have teams on the road for homecoming. LHS girls soccer is at home for senior day today at 6 p.m. I have every one of the seniors' interviews, and I'm trying to get them out today. What I'm thinking about is just putting out one show, all 9 of them, and just marking the time that each one of them comes on for their interview, and just pushing it out like that. I want to get it out before the game today. Boys soccer goes to Pendleton, kicks off at 4 p.m. today. LHS volleyball is home tonight, as well as they host Ontario at 6:30 up at the high school gym. LHS football is in Baker tomorrow night for first place in the GOL. I mean, these are the 2 teams that haven't lost, and they're playing each other. Well, the Dalles hasn't lost either, but they haven't played a GOL game. That game's live streamed right here on the EO Live Network. If you're interested in advertising, message us right here through Messenger, or email us at office@eoalive.tv. Around the GOL, Ontario hosts the Dalles tomorrow at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Pendleton has a bye. And then football in the Valley. Ambler hosts Elgin at 7 p.m. on Friday night. Cove has a bye, and Union is at Powder Valley Friday at 7:30. I'm pumped up today. Like, I got 2 6th graders coming in to job shadow me today, and I'm going to put them to work. I have 4 interviews today, a couple softball girls, a couple cross-country athletes, and like I said, going to try to get that video out for senior day. I wanted to go to EOU track and field celebration tomorrow night, but an opportunity to take pictures of LeGrand football this year came up, and I can't pass that up. I don't get to take pictures of football, and I really would love to be able to go to Baker and take pictures of LeGrand tomorrow night, so I'm going to do that. And finally, Saturday, I get to go to Silverton and celebrate Chloe Carson's induction into the Oregon Wrestling Hall of Fame. I heard there's over 100 people from LeGrand going to that. It's at the Oregon Garden. It's going to be cool. I'm excited. And Sports Report brought to you by Hobby Habit, just for the fun of it.
Good stuff, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look outside. And
It looks beautiful out there.
I did. So Lee's going to come clean our camera for us.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a Lee job to me.
Well, he said he was going to bring the the truck if you'd get up in the
I'm
bucket.
not, I don't think there's anything Lee wouldn't do. You know what I mean? Like, that's the right fix, man.
You played basketball, right?
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, when you left the floor, like doing a jump shot, did that creep you out too?
No.
That kind of
No,
height
you don't
didn't
even
bug
think,
you?
no, I don't think so. It's more like this looking down.
Yeah.
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 I went to Cape Perpetua one time
Uh-huh.
with the kids,
Yeah.
and I got like 15 feet from the edge and started getting dizzy. That's hot. That's on the
Right.
coast. That's,
Show me that graphic, Bennett. Yeah.
Nope.
Oh. All right. So it's a warm day today, which is really nice. And I mean, these are the beautiful fall days I love. And then looks like it's getting a little bit cloudy and rainy Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. Have the leaves even started turning yet?
Oh yes, they have.
It's hard to see on that camera.
Yeah.
I don't
No.
really.
They're yeah.
So we're actually in fall. Finally.
Yep, we are. Yeah, I thought about you.
That doesn't seem very folly to me though. 77 and 47.
Well,
that seems
that's
more like
unusual for what it has been.
for early October. Like
Yeah.
there's been snow in early October before here.
Yep. Well, hey, we're glad you guys are here with us. I forgot to mention earlier. So if you go to eoa.network, that takes you to a link tree where you can find all of our content. Most of you that are here and follow us, you know that. You have found us, but please be sure and pass the word for that. That's the easiest way to find the locations of our Facebook, YouTube, Roku channel, website, and so on and so forth. All right. We're going to take a little break, and we will be right back with Chris and Rika talking about the Eastern Oregon Film Festival.
Eastern Oregon is full of interesting people, with interesting minds and interesting things to say. Here at EO Live, we're committed to connecting you to these intriguing people with EO Talks. We let our special guests share their ideas and life experiences with deep, open, engaging, and inquisitive conversations. You'll also be informed in depth on some of the most recent and relevant events, issues, and more. EO Talks on EO Live, your connection to Eastern Oregon, now on Roku.
All right, we're back with Eastern Oregon Film Festival team. Is that a good way of
we're
putting
a
it?
team. High five about it. Oh. Fist bumps are
Fist
fun.
bump high,
I
yeah.
was doing the twins.
Yeah, we have one we'll work out for the thing next week.
Well, we are glad that you're here with us. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Rika.
Nice to meet you, too.
Yeah, I think we've connected sometime in the past, but neither one of us can remember.
Exactly,
So-
but I feel it.
Yeah, okay. Me too. So, and Chris, how many years has this been going on, man?
This is our 16th, so I've been at every one of them.
Well, I hope so.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, you were.
some people aren't.
You
there
were like
anymore,
one of the
right?
founders, right?
I actually wasn't an official co-founder. I guess I'm technically a co-founder of the nonprofit, but the first year we did it was really organized by Ian Clark, who's a local, and then Ben Morgan, who has recently left and went down to LA. But I was doing the LeGrand Summer Film Project at the time, which was more community organizing
Yeah.
around film, and they kind of combined. And so, that next year we officially became it. And so,
Yeah.
yeah. I try not to claim the co-founder because sometimes other people are like, wait, I did that.
Yeah.
But I've been doing it for 16 years. So
Well, yeah.
so
I
I
mean,
like it.
without a doubt, without your efforts, it would not be still going.
That is for certain.
Yeah. Thank you. So,
100%.
yeah. Well, and is Ian still involved?
No, Ian, he does some programming for a couple other festivals, and has been working on his own projects for a
Yeah,
while. I think
okay.
pre-COVID, we kind of, most of our original board members and active volunteers, had kind of moved on during
Yeah.
COVID, and so we've really been in a rebuilding, kind of pattern since that. Is how do we get kind of real strong board members and volunteers and back and kind
Yeah.
of re-energize the valley around an event like this. So.
Good. Well, and I say this often because it's true, and that is that the Eastern Oregon Film Festival it probably brings in more people to the valley from the outside than any other event. I mean, certainly there are bigger events like, the
Homecoming.
stock show or homecoming or whatever the case might be. But strangers to the valley, for lack of a better term. I mean, people that they only come here for that, and they probably would never come to LeGrand for any other reason. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just to speak to that, I mean, that's one of the, that's a focus point I've had for a while,
Right,
is
and I
how
know
to
that,
build
yeah.
cultural tourism. But I think that that's just continuing to grow right now. I'm really excited about this year, particularly with
Yeah.
the visiting artists. We have, a huge number of talent this year, comparatively coming. So.
Well, and it took me a while to appreciate that, just because I didn't, I've been in downtown LeGrand. I mean, we moved into this shop probably 10 years ago now, and it was at that point that I became a part of LeGrand Main Street and the Chamber of Commerce and so on and so forth, and then I finally got my head around what economic development is and what it means to get heads on beds, which is a term that people use in tourism all the time. You can have great events, but the really events that affect the economy, the local economy, are the people who they come and they sleep in a hotel and they eat meals here and they just hang around.
Right.
Yeah. And in the meantime, we hope they have a good experience. And then they go back like, well, hey, where did you spend the week? Well, I was in LeGrand, Grand Ronde Valley. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's, I think part of it has always been, I think with our region, is kind of has been afraid of tourism. And I think over the last, 10 years or so, maybe that sentiment's changed and we're applying some new strategies. But like, our economy needs something like this to keep it rolling. So, and to attract new people, because I think ultimately our valley needs more people here. I think we need a boost in population, which is a little bit, it's a hard thing, like locals like, hey. So this is my approach at somewhat curating an invested community into our community, right?
Right.
So these people come, they have a great time, they have a great experience, they enjoy the beauty, and then it just plants a seed for them. So.
Right.
A lot of them are returning, year after year now, a little bit here and there. Some of them are even looking at properties and looking to come and maybe build industry, media stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how do we make movies here now? Like
Yeah.
that type of stuff. So it's a really great way to build a fun community and to a degree work at, inviting from a strategy level. Like, we could have other events like this that are really helping build a strong relationship to those maybe future community members.
Right. Well, and breakup season is a perfect Nelson Tracy. I sometimes reverse his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perfect example. During COVID, he was one of the writers that was out at Hot Lake for 6 weeks, I think it was, and was inspired. The valley inspired him, and then that's where breakup season came, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, and we're doing the same thing, and to talk to it, opening this festival this next Wednesday night. So we're going to do a special event Wednesday. Traditionally, we're Thursday through Saturday, but we're doing kind of the same thing. So we did a shorter program called the Filmmaker Field Trips this year with some funding from Oregon Film. I think the Oregon Creative Fund, I think is what it was, helped kind of perpetuate this with Roundhouse Foundation. And we invited a couple other filmmakers back up who are further along in development, right? So they've already got a script. And so Bad Day for Bigfoot is kind of our next regional production we're hoping to do, like breakup season. So Wednesday night, you can come and enjoy a scripted reading. We'll have the whole screenplays ready. We're going to stage read. I think Kevin Cahill's going to read in there. Gregory Rollins. Chuck Peters, who's an alumni, was here many years, going to come over. So it'll be a really fun gateway into the festival, but also a chance to talk. If you're interested in film, investment, even like the economics of film here.
Right.
Like it's a great way to go because like we're building a small industry that is working well with a very large Portland industry.
Yeah.
We're seeing really interesting people wanting to come, and similar to a construction project, come in for a few weeks, dump a bunch of money in the valley, make a beautiful work of art, and then leave.
Right.
And so if we can help those things once or twice a year, over time come through,
Yeah.
that just stars all the things for me.
Yeah.
What do you think, Rika?
It is what I'm looking most forward to is that script reading. I'm sorry. I know I should be looking forward to the whole film festival, and I get to be surprised because I was not part of the programming committee, and I kind of like being surprised. But bad day for Bigfoot is I cannot wait to hear the script read by the
Yeah.
people who
Yeah.
can do it well.
So Rika, tell me, what do you do?
So I am the volunteer coordinator, and so I'm just going to do a call out. I don't know
Yeah.
what camera to call out to.
That one right there.
Right
that
there.
little one, yeah.
If you would like to volunteer for the film festival, we would love to have you. Every Saturday from 9 to noon, we are at HQ at 112 Depot Street. And we are in just the crux of it right now. There is a lot to do. So if
Yeah,
you'd
we
like
only
to
have one more
volunteer,
Saturday. So
this
Saturday.
This Saturday.
We
This
need all hands
Saturday.
on deck.
All hands on deck. We got to make T-shirts. We got to make passes. All kinds of fun things. So please come volunteer.
Come. No. What time on Saturday?
9 o'clock in the morning.
At
9 to
HQ.
noon at HQ.
All right.
Yeah.
And if
Thank
they
you.
just show up, you'll put them to work.
I will.
We'll
put you
also
to work.
have a couple of our volunteers will be outside the Liberty Theater
Yes.
as well from 9 to noon. So that's also where you can visit our box office right now. So
Yep.
if you haven't got a pass or you want more information, you want to get tickets, come to the table, check out the Liberty Theater. We can sign you up and get you all the information there as well.
Exactly. And we can sell tickets.
Yeah. Awesome. And so, tell me your story. Where did you come from, and how did you get involved with it?
I came from Bothell, Washington. I
Okay.
moved here during COVID, just like everybody else. I was looking for an off-grid cabin, somewhere, and found a house here, and I love it here. But I will say that one of the most exciting things was there's a film festival in this town. This is amazing. I need to go figure out how I can help out. So this spring it'll be 5 years that I've been here, and this is the funnest thing that I've done.
Not 5 years.
I know, this spring, so 4.5.
So yeah, we talked briefly beforehand, and I'm going to tell you right now before I forget.
Yes.
So I moved here from Seattle. We lived in Wallingford.
Oh wow, that's a nice area.
Yeah, and lived behind Dick's Hamburgers on 45th Street.
Oh
You
my
know
God, yes.
Yeah, you know where that's at? Yeah.
Yes, I do. I know exactly where
Dick's
that
on
is.
45th in the U District in Seattle.
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
what you're talking about?
yeah. That's
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Wallingford's the other side of the U
Yeah,
District,
okay,
essentially.
Yep. So we lived. I was a youth pastor at the Nazarene Church there, which kind of shares the block with Dick's Hamburgers.
I think I did a thing there when I was a teenager
You-
at that church. Wow,
Church
small
and
world.
burgers.
yeah. When year? What year? When?
Well, I don't know if I want to admit
I
when
know.
I was a
when were you a teen
teenager.
there? I was there in.
I'm just gonna say
You guys were hanging out eating Dick's
Well,
burgers.
and
we
Yeah.
were. We probably knew each
Maybe
other.
that's
That's where we know
maybe
each other
that's
from.
it. Yeah. So I was there from '91 to '97, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little older than that.
Okay.
But we won't talk about that
Yeah.
now.
Well, anyhow, total rabbit trail there.
Sorry,
but-
I tend to do that.
Yeah, but well, cool. So, all right. So let's. So then Wednesday night is this reading.
Is this reading? It's a great way to start the
Yeah.
event with us and come check in the
and
box.
and that is at.
That's a UU Schwartz Theater, so
Okay.
the smaller theater in
Right,
the Loso
okay.
Hall. Our box office will also open officially that day at 4 p.m. at EOU. So
Yeah.
in Loso Hall, the main box office there between
Okay.
the two theaters
Okay.
will be stationed there all weekend as well. So that's, if nothing else, that's where you show up. You get your
Okay.
tickets, your information will be
Okay.
there. So.
All right, and then Thursday.
And then it begins hardcore. So we
Okay.
have a bunch of talent coming in, flying in from, different places, landing different places. And Thursday night,
Now, so, I'm sorry. Let me just pause here for just
Yeah.
a second. Yeah, because for people that don't know, a film festival is, I mean, not only are you showing films, and people have submitted these films for the film festival, they go through a vetting process, and they say, cool, yeah, we want you to come, but part of it is the crew or the cast or the director or the writer,
Right.
they come in and they talk about it. They show the film,
Right.
and then they have it on. So that's part of the
Yeah,
talent.
and
that you brought up.
that's like really that's something to know about the festival, because that is what makes it magic. Is
Right.
You get this really intimate.
It's not just a bunch of
opportunity.
films. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
You have the filmmaker to speak to it. You know, you have an opportunity to really engage with,
Yeah.
why it was made, how it was made, and then, share your feedback about how it affects you in our community. Like that symbiosis is just really, really great. So, so that, you're going to see a bunch of talent around with filmmaker badges on. They're going to wear passes. So, if you see one, interact. They're here to like explore and meet and engage in the festival. So.
How many are coming?
I think we have 50 guests, 52 that are planning on coming, and that's 22 of the films are represented, I think, this year. So,
Oh, wow, cool.
And that's about triple what we usually do. So it's a testament to the filmmakers in terms of their interest in our festival. They've heard so many great things that they're willing to make that trip. It's just a hard trip for people. They have to take a flight, they have to drive
Right.
multiple hours. We try to shuttle and host where we can, and it's a good blend of those who can afford to do it, and then those who are willing just to do it if they can crash on a couch, and we end up just kind of taking care of everybody, which is great.
Good. All right. So then, special thing on Thursday night.
Thursday night, this is the one I want to really share with the community. So Burrowing Owls, A Love Story. It's a feature documentary. It's going to be playing with another short, which I don't have on my calendar. I should have wrote it down. We are opening all of our feature blocks this year with a short film, which is something we did traditionally years ago, but hadn't got back into. So it'll be a short and feature combination, but Burrowing Owls, A Love Story is a regional documentary. It's focused on the Umatilla Chemical Weapons Depot and looks at the restoration of the owl population. And we do it, so we have a trailer. I'd love to share the trailer if that's possible here. And,
Yep,
and then
let's
we
roll
can
it.
roll back. Yeah.
In the grasslands of eastern Oregon exists a place like no other. The Umatilla Chemical Weapons Depot. Built to house millions of deadly munitions, it's now home to a very different resident. Burrowing owls. Once nearly extinct from this region, they're now making a comeback. And it's thanks to one man. Owl biologist David Johnson.
When we first started, there were 3 or 4 pairs of owls on the depot. It became a rescue mission. Now we have a chance to support a population.
And after years of work, he hopes to prove that he's helped save the owls.
There's still important work to be done, and we need to do it soon. I think that we can win this one for conservation.
Follow along with a new generation of owls at the depot. They'll need to grow up fast and learn to survive.
It's a short life, and they really go for it, and they give it their all.
As they learn what it takes to be the hope for the future.
Now we're going to check and see if we got anybody.
And join David
Yes, sir.
as he embarks on a one-of-a-kind mission.
I want to get the guy's voice. Here's a rare chance to really be able to look into the evolution of owls that has not been done anywhere in the world, but that we can do here. Yeah, it's exciting.
All to ensure the survival of this unique population of burrowing owls.
They have a role in the ecosystem. There's all kinds of examples about their benefits. The owls are trying to help us. And all we need to do is give them a chance.
Wow, that looks beautiful, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good example of, like, we try to program something for everyone within the festival. I mean, there's a lot of of content in the event. There's 50 films this year. I generally say, hey, 14 and up for most things, and those 14 to 18 should have an adult with them, or they should, generally we don't have under than that. But this is a great example of where a whole family can come to this movie, really watch and be part of an audience that's there engaged with, the same content, and talk about, the effect of that together. And of course, because this is regional, it plays, on our strings. I drive past that
Right,
place a
absolutely.
lot, right? And you
yeah.
look at it and you wonder. So this gives you a really in-depth look. But I wanted to call this one out particularly as a gateway for the community. Like, I think you spoke to it. It took a while to understand the festival, maybe in its context, and many years early on, we're the hippie fest. That weird party that pops up in the middle of downtown, and they're watching weird movies or whatever. And that sentiment's changed over time. I bet we've really recruited a lot of people into understanding, like, kind of the cadence of the program. And I think that's the value of a festival, is it's curated for you. So you don't, for the most part, you go in with a little bit of faith and say, okay, I trust these people are going to provide me with an experience. And that's what we really do. And where we can, we will say this is not appropriate. Mm-hmm. And for the most part, the festival is more of an 18-plus event with these nuances that we really want to include people on. And so, the more community that can show up to this Thursday night film, and if this is a very successful event, this type of content is really enjoyable, then we can squeeze more of these accessible programs in. But independent cinema is hard. I mean, it dives into deep stories. It's artistic filmmaking, and it's something that you don't see at the Granada. It's something you won't catch on Netflix typically.
Yeah.
A lot of our stuff is just fresh out, just new eyes. So you really have that opportunity to see something before a lot of other people have, and especially when filmmakers are there, your feedback goes a long way to them.
Yeah.
It's important.
Is anybody from that movie going to be there?
Unfortunately not. And
I got a question.
We'll circle back. We'll have, so one thing to note is there is a virtual festival as well. So during COVID, we created that opportunity. So you can go online, and if you can't make it to La Grande, or you're in the region, a lot of these you can watch over the weekend. And we'd love for you to hear these, and then connect further up with the filmmakers, and they all have their own websites, and they're all pushing their own game right now. So similar to like bands who are traveling, these independent filmmakers are like traveling bands these days.
Yeah.
They're running with their film.
We'll pass this question along to him. Here's my question.
Yeah.
This popped into my mind literally like right when that started. Why a British narrator?
Yeah. I had the question too.
Because they're cool.
I'm like, how does this tie together? Is that like the filmmaker's girlfriend? Or
I'll have to think back. I can't recall if that's just the trailer, or if that's the actual narration of the film. Again, watching all of these movies over the last handful of months, and then coming back to the ones we picked, I'm like, oh wait, what? Okay, that one is this.
But a movie like that, my guess is if it is a British narrator through the whole, the audience is everyone. It's not just regional.
Right. And this
and
is,
British narrators are cooler sounding these days. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I'll typically listen to any Audible book with a British voiceover.
You don't?
I do. I would prefer the British voice.
Yeah.
Typically. However, I would say that this film itself is leans more into that OPP genre, right?
Yeah.
And so it is a little bit out of the independent artistic side of what we normally program, but that is because we really do see that value of the community connection here. And as the festival, we want to build and nurture that part. So.
Yeah. Well, and go ahead. Yes.
Well, I was just going to add, how many submissions did we have? It was a record number this year.
Over 225 is what we ended up with, and so we cut that down to 50, which is a little more than we normally program. So it's a tight program. We have a couple late night events that we've never done before. So if you want to watch a movie at the Liberty Theater from 9:40 p.m. until about midnight, we've got a screening for you, a couple of really good ones. So.
And blankets.
And blankets, because it's cold in the Liberty Theater.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah. Well, no. So let's talk for a minute about independent films because again, something took me a while to get my head around and understand. And I've been around media my whole life, but you're exactly right. It's like a band. I mean, and so then if 3 or 4 dudes get together in a garage, they decide, hey, what kind of music do we want to do, or whatever it might be, and it might be a genre or it might be a blend or whatever the case might be. But it's extremely personal. It's a decision that they're making. Their priority is not necessarily, is this going to pay for itself? Their priority is, how can we do this media that we really want to do?
Right. Yeah. How can we tell the story?
How can we tell the story? Right.
And I think that storytelling is kind of the key piece of the festival. And we, as an audience, you get to really get inundated with stories from a variety of perspectives. Places you'll never be. And never get a chance to. And so, not only do you get the narrative or the documentary piece, but you get that filmmaker too that can build the bridge for you. So they get to bring their perspective and the reason for the story to the table, and kind of help you weave like your own experience of the film into like an understanding. So it's a really kind of full circle ingestion of art and media, I think.
Yeah. Well, and I spent quite a bit of time. I've gotten to know Nelson pretty well, and those are a lot of the questions I ask him. It's like, well, how do you balance being an independent filmmaker, but yet in doing something that you want to do, but doing something that the audience is going to want to watch? And those are not always the same thing.
Right. Yeah. You'll find, certain films will build, will identify their audience early on, and then you'll see kind of where they go. Like they'll travel it with a nuanced audience, or they'll be thoughtful of it. But every now and then you get, we get submissions that we're just like, why did you even submit? Like, have you not looked at what we've programmed for 16 years? Like, come on. But, there's a lot of genre fests out there, a lot of really interesting experimental stuff going on, which we always try to include small elements of that kind of like the outside. But really, there's just a true kind of, independent heart at this kind of, small to medium production build, that we like to support, and those filmmakers like to be supported here, and they like coming back. So.
Well, and the other part is financial. I mean, when I watched that, I said to you, man, what a fun thing that would be to film. Right. But I don't know, whoever this person is, and you said, he gathered footage for over a year, right?
Yeah, it seems like they at least covered a full year with
Well, he's doing that on his own time. Right. It's a hobby.
Right.
Maybe
they got some grant funding, or maybe but it's always a piecemeal for these small productions, right? They're working with partners, or they're leveraging free stuff where they can, and they're doing everything they can to make it work.
Right. So if you have a creator who's creating something, he's probably not ever going to get paid for the script, right? I mean, he's but hopefully he might raise funds for the production or whatever the case might be.
Yeah, a lot of them, it's not. Maybe a handful of the films we're going to show this year you might end up seeing on a streaming platform, in 6 months from now or something like that. But most of these, they work really hard. They get them through the festival circuit. They get to show them to friends, family, build a small niche audience. But they're never going to make their money back. Yeah,
so I'm the spouse or the partner of whoever those filmmakers are. I don't know.
Their key roles.
Rika, they're the angels, aren't they? I mean,
yes, they are. Yes,
they really do. And those who support, like in terms of Nelson, and speaking into like the Bad Day for Bigfoot project. Like, Zach and Devin are alumni. They've been here a couple of times now. They're dead set on shooting their movie here. Like they love the idea of it, but it's a $1.3 million movie. Like that's real money we have to come up with to make work. So. There's going to be efforts at building on that, combining LA talent, Portland talent. It's going to take a community to get all that to happen, and then for us to shoot here next year, there's a lot of opportunity for creative thinking and local hustling, to make these films. And when it's a $1.3 million budget on paper, we're kind of like, well, I think we could maybe make it for 3 or 4 if we have to, 100, and. there's always that like, okay, scale it back. Like, what will it really take to make these movies? And we're hoping we can land in between there somewhere and get it done. But they're not easy.
In between where? 1.3?
1.3 and 400. So if we can get into 600, like
600,000?
yeah.
Oh,
I mean, there's this. It's a period piece. There's a lot of things about it that are going to be challenging to overcome. But we have some really smart, creative like producers thinking about how to kind of play with this. And a lot of that money goes to talent. Initially
Yeah.
when you're trying to sell a movie, you're trying to get those done. You need faces in it, and that's where that price tag is. So if you don't end up with faces, you don't have that price tag anymore. And
Yeah.
you got to cut that down as you go. So.
And if they want to see something that these guys have already made, go ahead.
Go ahead. You
Okay.
tell 'em.
Well,
Tell 'em all
was it a
about it.
couple of years ago? They had a movie called Foil, Foil, right?
Like
and
aluminum.
like aluminum foil, and it is on Amazon now. I saw it there.
I think most platforms have it now. So it's an example of the previous work of these filmmakers, and they'll be here at that reading event. And hopefully, again, this is the next kind of breakup season type collaborative production we get done around here.
So without giving too much away, can you kind of tell us the plot of? You want to tell us, Rika?
Well, there's a whole. I should have learned the log line. There's a log line that I should read.
Is it you don't find the Squatch, the Squatch finds you?
Yeah, you don't find a Squatch finds you. That's real deal. Basically, so this takes place in 1985, I believe, mid 80s, and we have a kind of a WWF wrestler type character who has accidentally hurt somebody pretty bad and is on the outskirts of the industry now, and he's trying to make a comeback. He was known as Hurricane Eddie, but he's coming back as
Eddie the Yeti.
Eddie the Yeti. And so they're working on shooting this promotional piece where he's going to come out of his Sasquatch mask and be like, oh, I'm Eddie the Yeti. Well, unfortunately, some crazy guy in the woods decides to shoot this guy, thinking he's the real Sasquatch at the time, which turns into a whole, kind of murder mystery on the run. Enter all sorts of sci-fi switch flippy type of, they call switch flippy, flip-floppy.
I can't remember.
Squatch floppy. There's all sorts of interesting X-Files type phenomenon that occur in this town at the same time. And so meanwhile, there is an overarching real Bigfoot lurking and being interacting with this interesting community
interesting.
As it all comes to a head. You have the real log line, I hope.
I do.
Good, thanks.
Yeah.
I
When a
was stalling.
Bigfoot hoax goes wrong, a chaotic struggle ensues between hoaxers, investigators, and supernatural forces in the fictional Blaze County.
There you go. That's the short.
That's
the log line.
LeGrand's going to be Blaze County.
Hey, there's some more stuff on the website. And there's some additional, additional information, imagery and info about how to sign up and be, get on the loop about the whole production. So check that stuff out
And
when you can.
if you want to see their vibe, watch Foil.
Cool,
It's
yeah,
really
and
cool.
I've been emailing them back and forth. We're hoping to do a similar little conversation.
I'd love to get them down here.
in the
That'd be
studio with that, yeah. And it won't be live, but it'll be something we can put out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool. Okay, so talk to us about. We have some other posters. Talk to us about some of the other stuff that's gone on.
Let's see what we got. Oh, so The World Drops Dead. Brandon Colvin will be visiting. He's a filmmaker, and this is one of our evening features. So initially we were going to show these at the Methodist Church. Just recently we've had to kind of pull back from that, and we're going to move these to the Liberty Theater in the evenings. But Brandon will be here. He's shown a few films over the years. Sabbatical is one. Trying to think back, but there's a list. So I'm personally really excited to have him finally commit to coming to the Valley. He'll be showing this film along with a short animation that he's also directed. And it's kind of two pieces together, whatever that's called.
Yeah.
A special package. So that's going to be great. That is definitely a 21-pluser. Burrowing Owls, which we've talked about. And again, catch that one. What do we got next? There's a couple other
Just
posters
keep rolling
here.
through these, Benny.
Sahara End of Trip. This is our other late night ones, the Liberty. So Friday night, 9:40. Step into this very fascinating movie shot in the 80s shot in the 90s about a film made in the 80s using some archival movie footage to recreate the story of these kids who roll through the Sahara Desert as like kind of a, early college age, like coming of age type of story, road trip. I guess a lot of kids did this at the time, and there was a lot of people who died doing this because it's pretty. But just a beautiful film, like desertscapes, fascinating characters, and really kind of based on a real story. So
I get Middle Eastern Mad Max.
there's some.
feeling
It
off
does
of
feel
that.
like that, and I think it's subtitled, but the trailer has some wonderful dubbing if you want to check out that
Oh,
too.
sweet.
Fire Break, which I'll speak to real quick, is a great documentary on specifically like a crew that came, incarcerated individuals who got onto these firework crew programs,
Quite
but
popular,
eventually has built a great program and team of people, and kind of follows the two leaders who, through their development of getting out of jail, building this program to support other folks who could then move into this and be a part. So great documentary. Their entire team will be here to talk about the film and stuff. So that's great. Into the Unknown, another alumni film. He'll be showing this will be the final film Saturday night. This is a documentary, his own personal documentary, going through a very, very advanced stage 4,
I
whatever.
think he said 4.
4 cancer over the last handful of years. So it documents his process, his treatment very personally and through it. OHSU's Knight Cancer Institute has kind of stepped in to help sponsor, and we'll have a regional kind of cancer representative for awareness and information. It's a beautiful documentary. I mean, he's coming, so it ends more happily than and so I think his mission really is now with the film is to help people understand the nature of maybe not just cancer, but the treatment, the process for somebody, and be an advocate for those who might be struggling with that in their life. So that'll be a really personal and endearing movie to watch. I think we're really open to everybody, but it's heavy, heavy thing. So Trash Baby, we have the most people coming for this film. This is kind of a combination of Portland talent, LA talent. I think it's an Oregon film, kind of claimed Oregon film, shot mostly and produced through here, different places, a lot of connection. But this will play, I think Friday night is our Friday night feature film, along with Tandem, which is just a beautiful, beautiful short film. So this combination, 18 plus, come watch this and have, I think, the writer, director, DP, and a couple of the acting talent will be there for the Q&A.
Cool.
So probably the most interactive and robust
Yeah.
panel conversation and lively group of people. I think we have about 10 folks coming with them and as a whole to participate, so that's a lot of fun.
Cool.
This one's for you, buddy. The Prospect, so our only sports-related film. This one is not available virtual. It's the only one that was not able to let us do that. But this is kind of a high school up, totally accessible. About a senior in high school who has no college capabilities in terms of affording, and none of them are letting them in because he's just not good grades and stuff aren't good. So he decides that he'll try to fake his way as a baseball player to get scholarships. It's a fun. It's kind of very, very youthful and kind of poppy in a sense. But I think just endearing in a unique way. It really caught our programming committee off guard, I think, and we kept coming back to it. So it's kind of a little bit of a sore thumb, like in terms of outside of what we might program, but there's just something about the heart of it that just kept coming back to everybody. So we're really excited to show that and see how people play it.
They give away the
Yeah.
fact that he's not a great baseball
I know,
player right
the
on.
hands.
The
Look
trailer.
at his hands.
You can.
Yeah.
I know. They're pretty good at like the movie plays on it pretty heavily.
Yeah, I like that.
You
Yeah,
obviously
it's a
know
good
this
little-
kid does not know how to play
Yeah.
baseball.
I mean, just the face.
Looks like a 7-year-old who has a bat.
No,
for the
that's
first
the
time.
first thing I noticed when
It's
I
on
saw
his
the
shoulder. The
poster.
bat's on his
Yeah.
shoulder, and his hands are.
It's
separated.
a lot. It's a lot of fun. So, and there is a trailer online. A lot of these, if you go to our website, there's a film guide, has all the films. Those have trailers. You can watch a trailer on there. Has all the screening times and tickets available on the website.
Link to the website is in the comments.
Cool.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff ahead. Oh, and I'll say one more thing, after party. So that's kind of also part of the scope. So every night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday at HQ, we have after parties. We have visiting musicians, J.D. Kendall from Pendleton to kind of do a country combo, easy, digestible night Thursday. Friday night will be Night Heron out of Portland. It's kind of a, kind of more, I don't know, wispy, ambient, etheric kind of, I don't know, ravey maybe. And then Saturday, Throwing Out Bones out of San Francisco. She's a lead singer, powerhouse drummer. So you get a powerhouse female drummer up front,
Oh.
Singing?
bassist, guitar. Yeah, she's
Like the
everywhere.
chick from Skillet.
Oh, it's a serious combo. So and they're a lot of fun, big party band, and so that we always encourage people to come shake off the day of programming.
Yeah.
because you're ingesting so much.
Yeah,
content.
don't you wish that the front of HQ could just be removed? It was
I know,
just
open
garage
it right
doors.
up. Yeah, we've thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do the beer garden. You'll see us out
Right,
there, of
right,
course.
yeah,
That
yeah.
extends our capability a little bit.
I mean,
but,
it would disturb the people that are living downtown, but still, that's yeah.
Yeah, we'll invite them all down. I think we've been it's been great that that's an event that we typically go a little later on. We're out late, and over the years, people have really respected it, understood
Yeah.
it. I mean, we're right there downtown. It's really
Yeah.
it would be easy for somebody to call it, turn on, call
Yeah.
the cops and shut you down. But everyone's pretty open to us extending a little bit into that
Yeah.
realm. So we're grateful.
Well, and I guess I just Chris, I gotta give you kudos on your vision. I mean, I remember when you started HQ, and I'm thinking, HQ, what is that? Where is that? What are you going to do? I mean, it just, but you just have persisted, I mean, and I say that over and over again because we interview a lot of people that have been successful over a long period of time, but, probably over 50% of it is that they just kept at it.
Yeah.
I mean, they learned from their mistakes, and they became a staple, and they stayed there.
And what I've learned about this valley is like we're like a crock pot or like a slow cooker. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, things take longer, exponentially longer here than most graphs would say. Like, the average time to get your business up and going, 3.5 years, 4 years, like 7, 8 in the Grand Ronde Valley, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that's not a bad thing. Like, I think that, like slow cooking, like the flavors, like the nuance of those who are really into it and will hold some ground for these things are going to have a really good effect for everybody in the long run. So yeah, go if you're working on something hard, stick after it here.
Yeah.
Keep working at it, and persistence is kind of key around here.
Well, and I think it's the relational aspect that is more important than anything. I mean, because even if you have a business that you don't necessarily service, it's not what let's say it's a bar. Okay, I don't spend a lot of time at bars, but I know Matt Scarfo personally. And so my personal relationship with business owners is far more important than their particular business in a lot of cases. Because they invest in the community, or they sponsor baseball teams, or but that only happens with the slow cooker thing.
Right.
That only happens because they hang around, and they just they invest themselves in the community, and them personally, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
And so I absolutely, I'm a big fan of sticking around here, and for me ultimately to stick around here,
Yeah.
something like HQ, something like the film festival has to exist. And
Yeah.
so until I can, somebody else can do it for me, or someone can bring and we see some other things come up, I've kind of got to stick this out for,
Yeah.
for me to stay sane in the valley.
Well, and I think that, I mean, I really appreciate how you guys have settled a little bit, how you've kind of reformulated. And, you know, I mean, this movie on Friday night, or is that Thursday night? Friday night.
The
yeah.
Owls?
The Owls, yeah.
Thursday.
I mean, that's Thursday night. Okay, thank you. Yeah. I mean, how awesome. I mean, when you have a film festival, but you can bring the whole family to it, you got kids.
Yeah.
And those kids are going to like, yeah, we went to that film festival. I mean, and pretty soon they will be 18 or older, and they'll be inspired to make movies or to whatever the case might be, you know. So
And I think about scale here. Like one thing that's great about the festival, like from just a strategy point of view, is the sky's the limit, really. Like there's not a lot of like, you know, if we can get the Granada to become a partner again, like loop that back in. There's 3 new screens. Once the Liberty's up and running, there's our premier venue. We have EOU with great facilities, so we could get up to a, 7-8 screen event playing, where you're looking at some of these festivals that bring in 5,000-6,000 people.
Yeah.
Where not that we want to go there, but over time,
Right.
building those relationships, using the drive-in, we have the capability to help as a community. Let's say, without me involved, as a community, we have the opportunity to invest in the film festival as kind of like the cultural destination event worth investing in around
Right.
here, because like the Roundup, or like let's pick something that we can keep investing in, slowly build, make it reoccurring, because we do know it takes long around here for word to spread, and so with the track record of 16 years, a lot of great new partnerships and support through foundations, relationships into the industry.
Yeah.
The Liberty coming online, EOU's film program coming back online. There's just, it's ready, right? It's just ready.
Yeah.
To blossom, I think.
Well, Rika, tell me what's your
Sorry, I'm
no,
Kathy.
and tell me how this has been for you. This is how this has experience been for you.
It's been absolutely fantastic. I think in my mind when I came, I thought there was going to be an office full of like 20 people doing the film festival. And then I found out Chris is 95% of the work, and then the board and I do about 5% of the work. He is a workhorse. He is the reason this thing is happening. But I do think we should double down on the virtual side too. I know we want everyone to come. We want everyone to enjoy this in person. It just adds so much to it. But I would say after COVID, a lot of people don't feel like, going out necessarily to the movies. So you can watch all of these online this weekend too. So don't hesitate to sign up if you're thinking, I just don't want to go out.
And that supports not only the festival by buying a ticket and watching online, but supports those filmmakers. Gives them another person watching their films. Some of that metric, those data points, become important for them. As they're looking for distributors and looking to sell their film, like they want to see that track record of viewership. So.
Well, and I want to make sure that to draw this point clearly, and that is that people will be able to see these films on your online platform, and they might not be able to see them anywhere else soon. Okay, and I mean, and that was, last year, I wanted to go see Breakup Season, but I couldn't make it on the particular night that was up here, or the 2 nights that was up here. And so, but there was a little window where it was available to be purchased, and we watched that. Tanya and I watched that at home, sometime in that weekend. And so there's an opportunity where people might be able to find the movie online now, and a week from now or 2 weeks after the event, they won't be able to find it.
Right, that's right. And I think to honor kind of the filmmakers as a whole, I think COVID brought the whole virtual thing to the surface a lot. But I think as things went back to normal, like the virtual festival side for filmmakers is a little touchier, because they're still trying to own their premieres. They're trying to keep management of that. So that we only have it open for that weekend. So it's like, if you want to participate, you have to participate with us in real time.
Right.
And you can watch them in any order you want online, but at least you're there on the same weekend watching and digesting. So if you want to social media and comment on stuff, then
Right.
it's in real time with us.
Right, but had I not watched Breakup Season, had we not watched Breakup Season that weekend, I wouldn't have seen it until it actually was here in the theater premiered. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a unique opportunity for
It
a
is,
preview.
absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
This one.
well, awesome. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
So I guess just one more time, run us through the weekend schedule.
It's going to be a fast one. I would say go to the website because there's a tab, the festival, and it just breaks down. But Wednesday night, Bad Day for Bigfoot reading. Thursday, you show up again, get your passes, pick them up at the box office at 4 p.m. at EOU.
At Loso Hall.
At Loso Hall. Burrowing Owls and the short film leading that will kick the event off. Friday, I think, films back. We have 2 screenings, McKinsey and Schwartz Theater, Friday and Saturday. I think there's a 10, a 1, and a 4. So you can kind of just hang up and go straight through the day. You can jump down to the Liberty and watch a different film down there. Repeat that on the Saturday. Make sure you hit the after parties each night.
Yep.
Hydrate. Drink lots of water.
That's for you.
Vitamins, everything, because as you go, if you really, I always encourage people to jump in. It's something that it's a faith-based thing. Just go in assuming people are there to take care of you, which is mostly us, but we are there to take care of you, and our volunteers and our team, we want to make this an event for you. So jump in where you first can and kind of follow the flow. A lot of it is kind of a river, and you can just keep going to film after film, or break away, go have dinner, find some filmmakers having lunch, have a drink with somebody late night and talk about the movie you watched. Just that's all part of the experience.
Cool. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you, Rika. Nice to see you again, Chris. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
That's
you
right.
Next week.
All right.
All right. You want to get us out of here?
Yeah, let's do it. On this day, October 9th, 1855, American inventor Isaac Singer patents the sewing machine motor. 1865, on this day, the first U.S. underground pipeline for carrying oil is laid in Pennsylvania. 1947 was the first time a human being had a telephone conversation from an airplane with people in a moving car. 1947 that happened.
Wow.
That's crazy. 2023, the world record set for the heaviest pumpkin, a jack-o'-lantern gourd weighing 2,749 pounds, was grown by Travis Geinger from Anoka, Minnesota. That's enough for 687 pies.
Wow.
One pumpkin.
Wow.
The number one song in 1985 on this day, Take On Me by A-ha. And then the quote of the day comes from Wayne Dyer. If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. One more time. If you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys for being with us.
Tomorrow night,
Thank you.
7 o'clock, Baker and LeGrand right here live on EO Live.
Yep. Don't miss it. Talk to you soon.